Wednesday morning, so pretty happy with my foam board prep. Today I'm going to adjust that drain, set my pitch blocks, set the drain, pack my pan, put my membrane on it, and do some other managerial stuff here for the job. It's kind of quiet today. Maybe I can show you a little bit of the house. So this is the guest wing. Really cool. I always loved this hallway with all the arches. Jimmy will be here shortly. James Morris, this is the bathroom he tiled last time. He's going to redo it. If you saw the showers before, this was that green plus sign concrete tile. So they're not reusing any of the cement tile this time. I don't think they really liked the maintenance. Concrete tile isn't great for showers. So they're redoing this one with this similar tile, but ceramic. Jimmy's gonna be doing that. And then when Chris shows up, he's doing these pink pickets in his shower. So some fun designs, a little different. So this is the guest wing. And then in here, this is the golf simulator room. And this is where the majority of the damage from the fire happened. So that whole golf simulator basically melted. So this part of the house has all been redone. We're doing this bathroom, we call it the golf bathroom. If you saw our post, this had the three-dimensional wow tile, like the circles on these walls, and a penny round floor, big kegerator urinal there. So we're gonna be redoing this bathroom. Here's the tile right here. So penny rounds on the floor, and then two of the walls get this three-dimensional wow tile. So that was really fun and kind of cool. Excited to be doing that again. So that wall gets it in this one. And yeah, just fun times. Gonna get working here. Here is a view from our job site. Really pretty area. We also did that house right over there last year for the same builder. Man, great view up here. Really cool. This is the nursery. These are big glass panel roofs. Okay, so that was actually super easy. I got my drain centered. I just undid a few screws and I just had to scooch it over. It's got like a 6-foot long tailpipe on it, so it has a teeny bit of play in it. Got that centered with the wall to wall, even after shimming that wall clear out. Centered with my layout, centered with the valve. Pretty damn near close to centered on the light, but we can adjust that to make it look centered. So that'll do. So this makes me happy. Boom. Square in every corner. Square from wall to ceiling. Good prep, baby. Mud or foam, doesn't matter. So I like to set my FlowFX drains with 330 fast mud. The reason I do that is because I like it to be nice and firm and no chance of moving at all when I'm packing my pan. So I'll go ahead and glob that on real thick, glue it, press it in. I've already got this all set up exactly where I want it. And then I'll use the 330 fast to set some pitch blocks in the corners. Those will dry pretty quick because it's nice and toasty in here. Do a couple other things in the meantime, and then I'll pack my pan. So now that my drain's set, my longest distance from corner to drain is 3 feet. So I know that I need to raise my perimeter up 3/4 of an inch. So set my laser to there, make a line 3/4 of an inch down from that. And I will use that to set my pitch blocks. I'm gonna set those in mud. I don't have very much 330 fast left, so I'm gonna add in some foam board scraps and just sandwich those with 330 until I get up to my line in all 4 corners. And those will be hard as shit here in about 30 minutes. So I just made a little sandwich of foam board scraps, 330 fast, and a tile. And then I squish it down. And then I'll clean off the edges. And that will be super solid. I'll do that in all 4 corners. And then I can pack my pan without any need for levels, measuring tape, laser, nothing. It'll all be set up and ready to go. Easy peasy. Cuts out all the margin of error. Well, most of it. You still have to ride your mud speeds pretty accurately, but makes it easy. Just get a pile of mud going there. Squish it down. till I'm at my line. That's it. Okay, so that is all set up for a perfectly level perimeter with a 1/4 inch per foot slope to the drain. Those will be hard pretty quick, and then all I've got to do is build mud screeds around my perimeter and screed it in. So that's the way I like to do it. Some people call it training wheels. I don't care. I call it efficiency and precision, and it works great. All right, well, my 330 dots and my drain harden up. I'm gonna add some fiberglass mesh in these corners. You guys know I don't like the silicone in my corners, and so I'm gonna really reinforce these with mesh and thin set. This is a 12-inch fiberglass alkali resistant mesh. I'm gonna do that in my corners, make them super strong, and then this whole shower gets coated with Aqua D because I don't like just doing the seams and the screws. It looks too messy to me, so it's gonna get a monolithic coat of Aqua Defense after I do some mesh and thin set. Do that tomorrow, hopefully, after my pan dries. So that's what I'm doing in the meantime. All right, so I'm going through putting fiberglass mesh in all the major changes of planes. I also am covering my screw holes. This will just make it super nice and clean to paint Aqua D over. Trying to make it resemble mud as closely as possible because I love my mud prep. Everything flat, monolithic, one color. So I'm just trying to imitate that. And this 330 is super hard, so I'm gonna finish this and pack my pan. Now, guys know when they work with me, they're gonna get pictures taken of them and recorded, and Jimmy's a good sport, so let's go see what he's up to. Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah.
What are you up to?
Starring in an Instagram video.
Dude, this is James Morris, everybody. He's about to rebuild this shower for the 2nd time because he loved doing it the first time so much.
I couldn't be more excited.
He's stoked.
No, seriously.
No, I know. We're all excited to be here. This was, I think, one of our favorite jobs of all time.
It's a clean job.
Great view, good vibe, cool tile, cool clients, cool builder.
Insulation.
Yeah, he loves it. Thanks, Jimmy. Yep. Jimmy is always down to be recorded, unlike other people I work with, like Jason Catwick. But anyway, gonna finish mudding this and pack my pan. All right, I'm all set up to pack this pan, and I've made a ton of videos on this, so I'm not gonna go too in depth today. Ultralight mixed up really runny for a bond coat. This floor is radiant heated and it is on. Nothing we can do about that, so it's gonna dry that out real quick. So we gotta get it down, get mud on it quick. Screeds of various sizes, resin float, black trowel. It's my mixing station, and you can see our beautiful view out here. Loving it. Right, Jimmy?
Oh.
All right, so ultralight bond coat. Make sure to flash it up onto the drain and my pitch blocks. Nice and right. I'm gonna hurry and dump some deck mud on there. Make sure I cover all that thin set real quick so it sticks to it before it starts to dry out. Pack this thing. I got 2 buckets on there. Covered up all the thin set, and I'll go mix a few more for my perimeter screeds. Fill it in. So this shower is a 1/2 inch shy of 6 feet. So my 6-foot screed is too wide for this. So my next biggest size is a 5-foot. So actually a little bit less than a 5-foot. So you kind of just have to get a feel for it and keep cutting down into the mud until you hit your dots on each side. And I've screwed this up so many times, but that's really how you gotta do it. Just get a feel for it, cut down until you hit your dots on both sides. And that's nice and level. I got my perimeter screeds all made, packed in. Those are perfectly level all the way around. Now I got 2 bags left. I hope it's enough. Gonna mix it up, fill it in. So my perimeter screeds are all rubbed down nice and clean. I like to try to keep them clean. So scrape the mud off them. So I'll pack the mud in there. I'll put it about 1 inch higher than I want it. And then I'll take my resin float and just pack it down until it's just a tad higher than my perimeter screed down to my drain. Make sure you pack it really good. And then I'll just start cutting it. Always riding a screed, an aluminum screed, on my mud rail and my drain. So from that corner to here, this quadrant is going to take me 4 different aluminum screed sizes, starting with my long, medium, smaller, and then short, because I have to keep shrinking sizes to get to there. Then I can use my 3-footer for that whole section and do the same over here. So you gotta have a good variety of screeds. Just you need a 6-piece aluminum L screed set or something similar. You can see I just want very little to have to cut off. And I'm writing my L screed on my mud screed and my drain. Just carve it with a little bandsaw. Certain deck muds you can drag it. With this mud I can, because the grit is so sharp. I feel like I can kind of drag it instead of carve it sometimes, and it just cuts into itself, but not always the case. So the biggest thing you gotta be careful with is not to dig into your mud rail over there. You want to just stay right on top of it. One thing that helps me is I ride my hand on the wall. That gives me a little bit more balance to keep it steady and not dig in. So one hand on there, one hand on here riding on the wall, just 2 fingers on that. Just put some pressure on the wall and push down on that screed until it hits your mud rail. Carefully carve it around. I'm just carving my way around here, switching sizes as it gets bigger and smaller. And on the home stretch here, I just always like to keep my mud rails cleared off so I can ride right on them. I'll finish this around and then I'll give it a nice rub down. All right, the last bit of mud left. Scoop it up. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to take a little bit of this, just sprinkle it all around, and then I'm going to take my resin float, and always keeping it in the direction of the slope. You don't want to cross it or you'll dig into it. Just very lightly, very, very lightly. Rub it around and embed that gritty stuff down into it, and that fills in all the little holes. Do that on the whole thing, and then I'll take a flat trowel and just very carefully just smooth the whole thing out, always staying in the direction of the slope. You don't want to cross your trowel across the slope this way or you'll create a dip. So I'm just going to rub it down. I'll start by going around my perimeter screeds again. Just smooth those all out really good. Scoop up any chunks that are left in the corners. And then I'll just very lightly, all the way around in a circular motion like that. Or I can go like this. Just be really careful not to dig into it. So I was going to put my membrane over this today, but a couple of reasons I'm not going to. It's 2 o'clock. Because this floor is heated, this is drying out really quick. I can already feel it getting dry. So I think by the time I cut my membrane and got that already, this would be too dry and it would start to be grainy. So I want to cover it with some poly and let it hydrate. Also, I can barely reach that edge over there without kneeling on my curb, and I'm afraid I'm going to dent it if I try to do that. So I'm just going to clean it up and be done for the day here in a bit. So all right, that's it. It took me about an hour from the time I mixed up mud with a couple of phone calls. So I got to work on some bids and stuff, so I think I'm going to call it a day. I'll put this membrane down with Rapid Set in the morning, Aqua D the walls first coat, get a flood test Friday, maybe fill it up tomorrow night. Hopefully lay this floor on Friday. So good day. Thanks for watching. All right, pretty good day today. It's like almost 3 o'clock. I just cleaned everything up really good. I'm gonna take off. I'm happy with my progress here for the day. Jimmy just left. He's got some stuff to do. So it's fun to be working up here with my buddy James. He's one of my best friends, and we've had a lot of fun together at work and in the desert and so on and so forth. And Chris Wilson will be joining us here next week. So yeah, fun job. Like I said before, this is one of my all-time favorite jobs ever. It's cool to be back here. So thanks for watching along, and hope you enjoyed my long video.